Iron Man 2 is a 2010 sequel to Iron Man 1, which was 2008. As you know, this is part of the larger series of the MCU universe. The big question is, how does this stand against its original predecessor? Let's check it out. Well, so time has passed. I want to say 6 months since the events of the first Iron Man. Unfortunately for Tony Stark, his cockiness mixed with the fact that his company and its nonsense before he was part of it had done this guy wrong. Ivan, or Whiplash as you want to call him, and he is out for revenge against Tony Stark for what Tony Stark's family and company did to his family. This would already be a lot for most people to handle, but poor Tony has a whole list of other things making him have a rather stressful day. This is when Tony Stark is at his best. Yeah. This is a sequel, and like many sequels, their sequel is not as good with the heroes, especially when it starts with the creation story. And then we have the next movie afterwards. Often, I find the creation stories way better than a lot of the other movies in that series or franchise. It's not the original. It's not the creation story. It doesn't mean that there weren't things I liked about this movie. There were some definite things that stood out for me. For example, the soundtrack. More than once, I think the soundtrack was actually better than the first. I'm hearing the rockin' or whatever popular music, and I'm like, cool, man. I'm hearing the music. And even just the classical music while they're doing the action was really cool. Kind of pulled me out, and I noticed, and I thought, some cool tunes, man. I like it. Now, as far as the performances, there's some great performances as well. Don Cheadle is now War Machine. The original guy that did War Machine's no longer here. I think he wanted a raise or something. I also heard from rumor, but I don't know if it's true. Please leave a comment down below. That he may have been difficult to work with as well. Now, Don Cheadle, I like as an actor, but I just don't think he does that great of a job as a tough War Machine. He's more of an emotional actor. So it's hard to see him as a tough guy, and I've always had that trouble with him playing this role. Now, some other performances that stood out. Sam Rockwell. He does a wonderful job as the CEO of Hammer, the competitor to Stark Enterprises as far as a weapons company. He does a really good job. He's got charismatic personality, just what you'd expect from Sam Rockwell. The other actor that I thought did a good job, but some critics say that they thought he was a bit blah, he didn't say much, but I think that was his character, was Mickey Rourke. He plays Ivan, the villain. He's an angry, quiet, strong man. That's the kind of character he is. Not a lot to his character, but I think he's just an angry guy. We don't get to learn much about him. But I would say in general I found him entertaining as a villain. Now, as far as building a tool for a better life in this one, I'm going to have to say it's Tony Stark. He is always living between too cocky and too confident and having no confidence and almost being like frozen in fear. And I'm going to have to agree. I think that there's a balance that we all need to find in order to be between confident of your skills, but being having humility to know I need to learn more. I don't know everything. Maybe that guy knows how to do this better. I should be open to learning. I think humility is a good cure or a good thing to have in order to help you fight against bad ideas and bad thoughts and to help you achieve your goals and not get too cocky. As my grandpa always used to say, cocky, lazy, stupid, dead. In summary, Iron Man 2 is not as good as the original one, but it does have some memorable things about it. Unfortunately, it does also have some classic Hollywood annoyance action things that just drive me nuts. For example, they always remove the helmet. They always have to remove the helmet to talk. Literally, there's bullets flying around. They gotta remove the helmet so you can see the actor, I guess. Another thing they do, the 90s style hacker, where it's like they sit at a computer, hack the password, dude. I'm a guy typing, and I'm going to force the password with me, not a program like actual real hackers. I'm going to try to force the password. I do it in an instant. It doesn't work that way. That's like 90s stuff. Oh, that just pulled me away from the movie. That's so dumb. A lot of CGI, more than the first one, to the point where it started looking a bit cartoony, started looking a bit out of date. I'm going to say that I enjoyed the movie. I think it's great as a whole of the whole series of Iron Man movies along with the larger picture of MCU. But it's definitely not as good as the first one. And that's when I give this one a 6.5 out of 10. 6.5 out of 10. But hey guys, you don't have to stop watching the video right now. Check this one out. This is the list of the MCU videos. Check it out. Or you can watch this other video, this random one that says it's best for the YouTube viewer.